you guys for tuning back into my channel. My first video is going to be something that's really near and dear to my heart. I'm going to be talking about the two states that I love the most, the two states that I've had the pleasure of spending multiple years in my young life. The beautiful state of Minnesota, as well as good old Texas. Stay tuned to figure out which state I like the best. I just want to put out a PSA. So if you are from Texas and or Minnesota and you have an opinion that varies or differs from mine, keep it to yourself because I could care less. So let's start with the frozen tundra that is also known as the land of 10,000 lakes, also known as Minnesota, good old Minnesota. Who knows where Minnesota is? Anybody? Nobody? Okay, y'all obviously don't pay attention to geography. I'm about to post a picture of the map. Alright, so now that everyone is geographically sound about where Minnesota is located, I'm sure that you made the assumption that it's probably cold here. It is. Very cold. Like, I don't know how I lived here my whole life cold. Like, Eskimos don't even live like this cold. Like, other people be like, what? That's real life cold? Yes, cold like that. Minnesota has 3 seasons. We have winter, fall, and construction, because there are multiple highways, byways, roadways, and skyways that are under construction, and the construction never ends. And secondly, being from Minnesota in my 21 years of life, I've realized that people have this misconception that we say things like, "You betcha," or "Don't you know?" And I just want you to know that I've never said that a day in my life, and neither have any of my friends ever. I've never heard anyone native to Minnesota actually say that. So but if you can get past the icy roads, the snow-covered highways, and the negative 30 degrees, then there are some benefits to Minnesota. Minnesota is a great place to raise a family. They have a lot of big corporations here. A lot of like Fortune 5 companies have headquarters here, like Target, Best Buy, 3M, Land O'Lakes. There's probably more, but I can't think of them. But just know, we're balling up here. So what you could get paid in Texas, you could be doing the same job in Minnesota, and you're probably going to get more than that in wages. Like, I don't know what they got in the water in Minnesota, but you can drink it. And that's also another thing. You can't drink tap water in Texas, or you fear for your life literally. Like bottled water or no water. Period. In Texas. In Minnesota, you know, if you're bougie and you don't want to drink tap water, you know, you don't have to. But if you wanted to drink tap water, you could. Like, it's safe. And besides being a great place to raise your family and having great wages, how about the fact that we don't have taxes on clothes and shoes? Yep, I'll say it one more time. No taxes on clothes and shoes. So let's say I go into a store and I buy a shirt for $15.99. If I give the cashier $16, they owe me a penny. Think about that. Texas, you guys need to catch up. And while you're enjoying all of this guilt and tax-free shopping in Minnesota, you might as well stop by the biggest mall in America, literally. We have the biggest mall in all of America. And you can tell when someone's not from Minnesota in the Mall of America because, you know, they're stopping and taking pictures, looking at our amusement park or our underwater world or our comedy clubs or our movie theater or our 4 floors of over 520 shopping stores. They're stopping and taking pictures and disrupting the flow of walking that us native Minnesotans need. But growing up as a native Minnesotan and realizing that other people in different regions would not know what a snowsuit was really broke my heart. So I had to get out. When I left Minnesota after high school, I wanted to go to the hottest place possible that wasn't going to melt me. So I went to Texas, of course. Don't mess with Texas. So boom, I was in Texas. It was cool. I was loving it. It was so hot. It was too hot. It was so hot that it was too hot. And it was like 95 degrees every day. But 95 degrees, it wasn't the Minnesota 95 that really felt like 90. It was the 95 that felt like 110. The 95 that had you taking 3 showers a day and changing 5 times a day. It was the 95 that made you not want to go outside before 8 p.m. because at 7:30 it was still hot. I used to tell people, like, I'm not built for this. Y'all were born and bred in this smeltering heat. I am melting. I don't want to be out here. I thought the cold was bad until I experienced Texas rain. And not even just Texas overall, specifically Houston area of Texas. It doesn't rain, it floods. Literally, all of the streets flood. I was so shook. I was like, send me home on a boat right now. I don't even want to deal with this. Just I'll float up the Mississippi back home. Let me go. This is too much. I'm about to drown. At the end of the day, Texas still is its own country. And let me tell you why. If you meet somebody from Texas, they probably know a lot about Texas. And no offense, but not a lot about anywhere else. And that's just facts. Why? It's huge. You can literally be in Houston, driving for an hour, and still be in Houston. Imagine that. So at the end of the day, if I had to choose between Texas and Minnesota, I'd choose Texas. Because this cold, like bone-chilling cold, I can't do it for too much longer. It's not normal. It's not healthy. It's not right. It's just wrong. But thank you guys for watching this video. If you haven't subscribed, do it now. I'm giving you 5 seconds. You find it? Okay, babe, you should have subscribed by now. Please subscribe to my channel so you can be updated on all the content that I'm coming out with. If you have any suggestions about what I should talk about, leave it in the comment box below. Like, share, do what you gotta do. Tell your friends, tell your cousins, uncles, daddies, and them to subscribe to my channel. Do it now. Thank you.